You should all check her out because her stuff is fire.
Thank you.
And she's going to do now a light topical application of BioRepeel. We are not going to do the regular time of the 5 to 7 minutes because she's been opened up with a dermaplane.
Right.
So she might get maybe a little more red per se. She might feel it instead of a 2, more like a 4 because we've exfoliated before. One last thing, when combining dermaplaning with BioRepeel, I would recommend 1 out of your 4 sessions is when you will incorporate the dermaplane and not on the first session.
Yeah.
You'll incorporate it session number 2 or session number 3. If you spread these out and they take longer than a month, feel free to dermaplane again before you do the peel, okay?
So let me show you guys how to open the vial when you get it. So when you open it from the box, it's going to be fully sealed in a full blue foil. You're going to remove that center portion and you're going to release the pressure. The way that you do so is that take your cannula and then you release it and you'll kind of hear like a little,
ask Sheer.
You'll hear that pressure coming out. At that point, that's when you can shake it. If you shake it beforehand, there's too much pressure in there. So you're going to shake it to combine both of your layers in here. Based on the size of the face, what part of the body that you're working in will determine how much you're going to pull into the syringe. For her, I'm going to do about 1 to 1.5. You'll do 2 mils if you want to work the neck and décolleté area. If you're doing like a full back, you're going to fill up your entire syringe.
Do you want to go on the mic or no?
I'm fine. Okay. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pull now. Now, since we're already prepped with the dermaplane and she did a really great job doing that for me, I'm not going to degrease her skin. But if you're going to do the peel on its own, you will go in and degrease with some rubbing alcohol. Some people like acetone. It's too sticky for me. I prefer the rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to draw here about yay much. And then I know we see the dots on Instagram and it's so pretty and so satisfying. In my opinion, it takes way too long. By the time I'm done over here, it's already activated up here. So just get it on there and get to work. So I always start around the forehead and I just get a few little squiggles in there and I start to apply. When you first apply, it's going to be a little runny, a little watery. That's the actives that is working through the epidermis and going down to the bottom layers. As you start to rub it in, you want to feel that tacky layer. Once you get to that tackiness, that means that the actives have fully penetrated and what's left behind is that blue layer. That blue layer is what protects the epidermis and prevents that shedding. So, as you can see, I see my glove kind of lifting, so that tells me that I'm fully tacky. I'm moving on to the next section here. Does somebody have a timer for me?
Yes, I got you.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to move on to the next part here. How are you feeling so far?
How long are you leaving it, Lorena?
What was that?
How long?
3
minutes?
I'm going to feel it out.
Okay.
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
So, yeah.
She won't need it long. With the dermaplane before, it's going to be less.
You're going to neutralize it. You're going to remove it. Yes. And I'll show you how to do that as well.
So if you dermaplane before, in my opinion, what if it's 1, 2, 3, things like that, I mean, you really can get away with 3 minutes on the face
so
if you want it to really feel comfortable. But like,
so
for
good.
example, you know, like my wife, she has a dermaplane, she'll leave it on, leave it on for 7 minutes. She wants to feel it as much as possible.
Okay. So for the center part of the face, I feel that tackiness that I'm looking for, like that. You guys can see that. So I like to dispense it onto my fingertips like this.
BioRepeel 4, 5,
and then get up in there.
For me, I see better results than 1, 2, 3.
If you guys want to include the corners of the nose, the mouth, the eyes, you can totally do that. I've been doing this peel forever, so I could just feel it out. But you can totally do that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? 10, it's on fire.
Like a 3, 4.
A 3, 4, okay.
That's more like the dermaplane feel, 3, 4, 5 even, you know?
Yeah.
But again, she's only got about 1.5 minutes left with it.
The rest, I'm going to concentrate right here where she has a little bit of congestion.
So is there the rest in the butter?
No. No, you have a few more treatments left in there, so you're going to save it, and it's going to last you about 2
I
months.
mean, I'm a fixed one. I do the full supplement. So I'm fine.
After you pierce it, yeah. This is a one-time use, and when you get your first order, you'll get a few of these. But to repurchase, you'll buy a syringe and the cannula. Yeah. So I'm done with this.
So now the peel is on her face, obviously, and it's working. It's magic. So I'll just explain this over here to one of these ladies, but I can tell you how BioRepeel is going to go for you. You know, you're going to do day one, fine lines, wrinkles diminished, glowing tight, pores non-existent. They love you. Day two, selfies in the car. You're the greatest. I love you. You know, everything's amazing. Day three, they're going to wake up in the morning. They're going to feel dry, tight, like they're peeling. They're going to look in the mirror, and they're not peeling. So that is where hydration becomes key with BioRepeel. Hydration is key from the first night.
Take it off.
How much do we have?
She can take it off now.
You can take it off now. Okay, good.
So I'm going to start to neutralize. Cool water, that is all you need. It's not like an OG peel where you need like baking soda and all of that. You just need water.
She doesn't want it.
Someone on live asked, what's the difference between blue and gold?
The difference between blue and gold? Well, there would be the TCA content would be the difference between blue and gold. BioRepeel Blue is a 30% modulated TCA, while BioRepeel Gold is a 50% modulated TCA that can be used anywhere on the body. Some of our more advanced practitioners will use it to spot treat for spotting on the face. It's used a lot. Pretty much the only area on the body that I wouldn't use the gold would be the intimate area. It's a little too spicy for that, so you can use the BioRepeel Blue for that. Really, the only difference between the two, literally, is the TCA content. You know, the ingredients formulation is exactly the same. I was back to day three. Day three, like I said, they wake up, they're dry and tight. They look in the mirror, and they're not peeling. This is where hydration becomes key, like it does from the first day. If you're constantly hydrating BioRepeel as it's exiting your skin, you're gonna have minimal to no flaking at all. If you decide that, you know what, forget, I'm just gonna send them home, or I'll put some other stuff on them, whatever, and it's not hydrating enough, then you will get flaking. Is flaking the end of the world? No, you won't get peeling, but it will not be that experience of the no peel aspect.
5 to 7 minutes. Sorry, some clients, she's asking me how long you leave it for, 5 to 7 minutes. If you have oilier, thicker, resistant skin, some people can handle the full 10 minutes.
And it will self-neutralize anyways, but it's sticky and green, so take it off the face. I like white gauze because you can see that all the green is removed. Remember, change your gloves before you're hydrating your patient's skin after. You don't want to put any more peel by accident on them. Again, self-neutralizing doesn't make a difference, but still best common practice. Another thing probably that I recommend, combination treatments. I don't know what any of you guys do, but you know, I hear the craziest things. I get calls from the clinic, oh, by the way, I combine it with hydrofacial. I'm like, what are you talking about? How's that? Like, well, I do this step when I do the exfoliation process with the hydrofacial, and I forget the machine exists. I go to BioRepeel and I go to the other stuff. They find that they like it. It helps, you know, push it up a bit, because maybe somebody didn't want, they've had the hydrofacial before, they weren't crazy about it. This gives them the option to use the exfoliating part of the machine as well as the, you know, powerful ingredients of BioRepeel. But again, acne, melasma, rosacea, hyperpigmentation, sunspots, scarring, stretch marks, general age management, cell turnover, collagen, elastin. That's what BioRepeel is, you know. My beautiful wife is somewhere. She's probably checking somebody out, but she goes two times a year, 4 sessions in a row BioRepeel, once a month. In her life, it's age management for her. That's what it is. It's age management, you know. But what can your clients come to expect? Massively improved skin texture. And that's like after 3-4 treatments is really when they're going to see. What I like about BioRepeel is that first initial glow, tighten, pore diminish, and like the next day too, you see the same thing. You can go to like a wedding that night even without makeup on. But then it's really working over day 3, 4, 5, and 6. Best part is we have them back day 8, day 9, day 10. One of those days we have them back for treatment number 2. Go ahead. So you're getting into hydrating.
Yes. So now we're doing her post-care rehydra. This is your method. It's going to bind water to the skin, increase water levels in the skin.
She didn't want the mic.
No. All right. So
But
we're going to
hydration is important, so I'm forcing the mic on her.
She's going to hydrate a lot for the next 7 days. The more you hydrate, the least likely you're going to get any of those flakies. So this is her humectant. And then we're going to go in with Relift afterwards. That's her moisturizer. It's going to seal all that water in and prevent any transepidermal water loss.
So the rehydra is essentially getting down into the skin, into the area where the peel is working, and the Relift is locking it in place. Generally, for somebody super acne prone, I would just use Rehydra. I actually wouldn't use the Relift. But for anybody else, they should be using both. We sell them in customer sizes. Think about it. Somebody buys 4 treatments from you, which means they're coming once every 7 to 10 days. What are they putting on their face in between? Are you going to trust them to do their own situation and then say, you screwed my face up, bad Google review, whatever? No. Give them the Relift and the Rehydra, send them home, tell them, while you're here spending your money with me, please hydrate with these things. In my patient consent form that I made for all customers, it says, I will not go to another esthetician. I am not on actives. I will hydrate properly. These are things that they sign for, that whether it holds or not, at least they sign for it. It's a mental thing. They saw that you're serious about treating them for what you're treating them for.
You survived your first BioRepeel.
Yeah, and absolutely no. I thought she was gonna be so red.
Show
You
the
look
live.
so good.
If there's any redness, generally subsides within 2 hours. Gone. But she'll see how. Are you here tomorrow, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Sheila, you come back here tomorrow. Let's see how you look tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people are so excited.
But if you have any questions, we're here. My salespeople are here. My salespeople aren't only salespeople; they're actual licensed estheticians who, prior to working here, were customers. So, if you have any questions, we're here to answer them. Go ahead.
Thank you.
What, the hydrating serum and stuff? So you would use the serums after you've cleaned off the peel, is when you would
Can I
use
just
the
get a
serum.
video?
And then
Just for the live.
for the week that
I
your
just wanna get a
clients
video of
do
your
between treatments with you,
your
my
face,
recommendation
so they
would
can
be,
see.
your skin looks amazing. My recommendation would be to keep the skin hydrated. That's
There you
really
go.
it.
Thank
But again,
you.
BioRepeel, it's going to give your clients that instant glow. They're going to leave